It's 5:30 in the morning. George Nash is starting the day with his ritual.
By staying active, instead of being a couch potato, you do a lot of exercises and stretches, keeps you motivated. And I did a lot of this when my wife was still living, and she would be in a wheelchair with the weights on her arms and legs and doing her routine while I would be doing my routine. It was easier because there was somebody else there with me. Now, some mornings I have to push myself to get going. But once I'm going, it becomes very easy.
In the morning, temperatures here in the pensioner paradise of Sun City are still tolerable, so people get up early. Sarah Roadruck lives a little outside. For more than 40 years, she's been working as a hairstylist in the old folks' town.
When I first came to Sun City, I was in my 20s, so my peer group was so young. When I would tell them where I worked, they would laugh at me and say, "Oh, you're out there with all the blue-haired ladies and the people in rocking chairs." And, I'd have to smile, and first I would try and explain to them, "Oh, you've got it so wrong." These people are so intelligent, so wonderful, so well-traveled. They're so full of life. And they would still laugh, so I gave that up after a bit. But, as the years went by, I got older, and the people I talked to got older. They had a little more insight. Good morning.
Morning. What you doing?
Hi.
Oh, you got a pretty busy day.
Yeah, looks good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that would probably work better if you could move
I'll do that.
her to 12.
Hi, Elaine. This is Wendy from Finesse. Sarah had a cancellation at 12 o'clock. Is there any way you can come up at 12 instead of 2:30? And it's just for a haircut, right? Okay, we'll see you then. Sounds good. Okay, thank you. She's got another appointment, but she's going to try and make that, so that would be good. She'd rather have that anyhow.
Sunshine, chase those clouds away.
Sarah shares the work with 6 colleagues.
Of the day with love. When you shine up above.
Most customers live in Sun City itself. They're regulars she's known for years.
Your subtle glow be all I need to know.
I moved here with my mother because she was aging and needed care, and it just seemed like a great place to live for her and for us. It's not a holding tank for the elderly, it's actually a playground. And Sarah has seen it for many, many years as that, haven't you, Sarah?
Yeah, they know that for 42 years. I was in diapers when I came out here.
Yes, she was. I mean, a few people, maybe the weather's too hot, but what's the problem? We have refrigerated cars, we have refrigerated homes, we have refrigerated malls, and we even have a great indoor walking area to where that, if you want to take your daily walk, you don't have to go out in the sun in the summertime. And many pools and many rec centers, so it's cool.
There's little time for breakfast. For George Nash, it is more important to reach the sports ground quickly. The training center is just a kilometer away. This town came straight off the drawing board. The streets are mostly circular. The houses are single-story. There's no town center in the traditional sense.
I like the different variety of homes they have, condos and personal properties. They have a lot of different styles of homes. These homes in this area is a big mixture of the prices. Right now, you can get a condo for just over $100,000. And sometimes if they want to sell bad enough, under 100,000.
It's the white American middle class who've settled here. The proportion of African Americans is tiny.
Usually the people that are in a lower income bracket are the over 90s group. Their spouse is gone, so they don't have their spouse's income to help them. But it's a good variety, and it's also a good mixture of people recognizing one another. You know, they don't care if you're rich or poor or whatever. You know, you're just a person here enjoying Sun City. Like there at the pickleball club, you would not realize some of those people are pretty well off. And then you have people like me in the middle class. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, George. Good morning. Morning, George. How are you?
We'll travel,
I'm
okay?
glad to see you.
It is.
Good to see you.
See you.
A pickleball training session. Pickleball's a cross between badminton and tennis. Now, around 9 in the morning, the temperatures remain under 30 degrees Celsius.
We start every morning early while it's cool, and there's a certain group that comes early, and that's their habit. You know, they just fall right into it every morning.
We only show up, whoever shows up plays.
Club time.
Unless they have the ladder, what they call the ladder. That's where you try to team up people that with their own skill level, and then move around from there. It keeps us interested, keeps us from being bored.
George Nash mostly stays for 2 hours before it gets too hot for him.
Bye-bye. You coming tonight, George?
For an annual fee of several $100s, each resident can access sports and leisure centers. For the less sporty, there's a cinema, an open-air theater, a library, and computer courses. Judy and Dale Marta live about a 5-minute drive from George Nash. They met at pickleball. The couple have been living here for 6 years. It was a deliberate choice as somewhere to retire to.
We have a group that volunteer, and they do a marvelous job. And they'll pick up the fruit that are down on the boulevards and stuff like that. The houses, we have a home association that gets after any homeowner that doesn't take care of them. And we have people who go back and are institutionalized, or if they're just too weak to come back on their own, that the houses get out of shape. They contact the owner, and the owner has to get somebody out, or the association will do it and bill them.
It's unusually hot for the end of April. On days like this, the sun worshippers prefer to spend their time by the pool. Rainy days are unusual here in any case. Before they retired, Dale Marta and his wife Judy worked at a school. She was a teacher, he was the principal. Then, it was their work that determined the rhythm of their life. Now it's the sports and leisure activities.
Basically, I have a circuit that I do. I golf on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday all the time. And I play pickleball at late afternoon, 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Saturday and Sunday, I come at least one day to the pool. And the other day, I do aerobic workout in the gym.
For outside observers, life in Sun City comes across as an overdose of holiday in a holiday park for restless long-term guests.
you don't have any trouble getting out of bed in the morning. You know, I can remember days, oh, I don't want to get up, but you just don't, because you've got so much to look forward to, and you make so many friends so fast that, you know, every day is a new adventure, and you can't wait to get it started.
Yep.
Sunshine, chase those clouds away. I know you're gonna brighten up the day with love. When you shine up above.
Donna Moore moved here from Michigan with her husband 20 years ago. She's been one of Sarah's customers all that time.
That I'm in love. Sometimes it's hard to figure out if it's night or day when two hearts are left here.
You get very close to them, and it's a fact. It's part of life. They do die sometimes, and it's very hard to deal with. You get so attached, and then you lose them. That's probably the hardest part of the job.
Today, Donna's brought her husband along.
See, they choose the beautiful ones, don't they?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
She's been a beauty in my eyes for about 60-some years.
Ever since you laid eyes on her?
Yeah, well, that was back in high school.
Huh. Well, a man knows what he wants, huh?
Yeah.
So when you go to the reunions, do you think you guys are doing better than a lot of the people that didn't move to this area?
Oh, I don't know. They all do well. They each in their own part of the country has their own way of doing things. But yeah, we enjoy it out here, and we're not sorry that we moved here. We enjoy the weather and the environment. It's very nice for us.
That's what we needed, just a little something right there.
Sun City was dreamt up by the American real estate developer, Del Webb. In the late 1950s, he started building a town for active senior citizens. Arvid and Kay Peterson work here as real estate agents.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you.
Brad, good to see you.
Hi.
Diane?
Hey.
All right, you ready to check out this house? This is one we picked out for you. It's on the golf course. You can open it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really nice. Open floor plan.
This house has been completely remodeled.
Yeah, lots of light. Come on in.
They have 20-inch diagonal tile. And this room at one point had a wall here and a wall along this way. And they took out these non-load-bearing walls and opened it up completely.
The owner told me that they hadn't had a chance to clean up the weeds in the yard, but...
Those wishing to
Kinda
live here
overlook
must
that.
learn a few rules.
To live here, you need to be 55 years or older, but to buy here, you can be any age over 21. And so we do have people who buy houses many years ahead of when they're going to retire here, and then we find people to rent them until they're ready to move here.
I think I'm probably one of the youngest ones here. I turned 55 just a couple of weeks ago, so we came from Minnesota, and the winters were getting too cold for me, so it'll be nice to be here where it's warm through the winter.
I really like the warm weather, and it's safe here. You just feel real safe.
You made some good points about safety, because that is one of the things that we hear from people, is that the men and women can walk around here anytime, day or night, with their pets or just out for a walk and feel completely safe. It's almost zero crime around here. It's really nice.
All right. You think this might be one of your choices?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Price on this one is $195,000. Yeah.
Good. Wait till you see the next one we have.
The next one's about $50,000 more, but on the golf course.
Okay. Here we go.
Ooh, that's a nice view.
Isn't that pretty?
Retirees are still moving to Sun City 50 years after its foundation. Demand for housing suitable for old people is on the increase in the USA thanks to demographic change. There are Sun Cities in more than 10 American states, most of them in Arizona.
We're in a boom period right now because we have all the people that were born from 1946, 47, and 48 have turned 65 now. And that group is 90% more than there were the previous years. And also it's about 10,000 people a year in the United States that are what we call the baby boomers. That also happened in Canada.
This was the world's first old folks' paradise. When it was planned, nothing was left to chance. Del Webb's concept was aimed at the target group, active, old, and well-heeled. He himself never lived in one of his pensioner towns.
Del Webb, he was just so far ahead of everything. And one thing that he thought about is just having everything convenient in the kitchen. And these deep drawers that they pull out all the way, and a great storage area right underneath the cooktop. And as far as pocket doors, that way we have less space taken up by a door. These are nice pocket doors, okay? And you know, another thing too, you'll notice that all the homes here in Sun City, Del Webb has no steps in the house. Everything is on one floor. So it just makes it so much easier when we do get older that we don't have to go up any steps at all.
I think the disadvantage would be you're further away from your grandkids and family.
But that's why it's so hot in the summer here, so you can go and visit back to Minnesota in the summer is a good time to go to Minnesota. Yeah, it's a disadvantage to be away from your family, but like Arvid and Kay said, there's a whole new group of friends here just waiting to be met.
After an hour with Sarah, Donna's hairdo will last for the next week.
Okay, my dear. Whoops, let's go under here just a tad.
There, I'm going to take my beauty to lunch.
All right.
And you have a good day.
Thanks, you guys too. Okay, let's see, Joan. We're doing a blow dry and a haircut both today. Okay, come on over. Oh, thanks a lot. Come on back, Joan.
The average age of Sarah Roadruck's largely female clientele matches that of Sun City's residents generally.
I think they say the average age now is in the 70s. I don't know. I'm 86, but I don't feel it. And a lot of people are my age, or in the 80s and even 90s. We had a birthday party over at the Olive Garden for two of my neighbors. One was 94 and the other one was 102. And they are just so sharp.
They have humor about life and the inevitable, which is death. A lot of times you say, "How are you?" and you get the response, "I'm on this side of the grass," or "I got out of bed today, got up this morning," or I said, "I'll see you next season," and she says, "If I'm alive."
But the numerous activities cannot hide the fact, even in Sun City, life must end. George Nash's calendar is more than full. He has no time to be lonely. A widower, he's on his way to a softball game, a tamer version of baseball.
I played, years ago I played in what they call the Tavern League. bunch of taverns got together and made up teams. That's where I got started.
George has come here several times a week since moving to Sun City. At moments like this, the place looks like a closed society where the aged seek refuge from aging. The temperature has now risen to 35 degrees Celsius. In summer, it can exceed the 45-degree mark.
I have a homemade thing. It's called a sun shield for my neck. Helps me when I'm playing the outfield, the sun beating on my neck. It helps me from getting sunburned. Any worse than I am.
76-year-old George fills his days with sports, unlike his in-laws, who also pass their final days in Sun City.
I did know that my in-laws, when they lived here, that they had many activities, and neither one did the activities that they have. My father-in-law would sit at a bar, and I guess his activities is just telling old stories back when he was a kid and everything with the other people at the bar. My mother-in-law, she did take up some crafts in Sun City, but most of the time, that was it. They really did get out and do anything.
Meanwhile, in a leisure center at the other end of town, the Sun City Palms are practicing. 12 ladies aged between 63 and 81.
I'm gonna break this down for you right now.
People probably think that you have to be able to dance, you have to have rhythm, you have to know how to march in the past, and that's not true. A lot of us have never danced before until we got here, and with the teaching, and you learn a section at a time until you get that down and you keep going, and as long as you've got a little bit of rhythm and musicality sense, you can do this.
Greta, you'll go behind Tommy, okay? And then Vicky, you're gonna go in between Sue and Nancy. Good, okay, here we go. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Open 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you in? You're a little off there. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and shake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ruth, 66.
7, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sharon, 71.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tommy, 76.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lois, 77. Age doesn't really have much to do with what we do. I mean, you can be 50 years old and sitting in a chair, or you can be 85 years old and ballroom dancing. So, it depends on what you do and physically, what you're able to do, of course. Yeah. What you're seeing here is people who are physically able to do things. There are others that are our age that cannot do this. So we count our blessings every day.
Enjoy life for as long as you can is the motto. The Sun City Palms are representatives of a generation who don't want to be a burden to their children and would rather live with other old people than on their own. The street scene is dominated by golf carts. These easy-drive electric vehicles make it easy to get around the 37 square kilometers of Sun City. As is often the case, Dale and Judy Marta don't have much time for lunch today.
Hi. I'm going to have a grilled cheese on rye.
White cheese?
I'm going to have yellow cheese.
I'll check because it's real low. I might have to give you half and half.
I'll have the same sandwich. I would like a large Coke, and I'm sure she would too.
This small town is not very different from many other artificially created suburban estates in America. There are supermarkets, restaurants, doctors, and hospitals. There are banks and fast food chains too. The couple rarely leave town.
I know some of our classmates have the wrong impression of what we live in because they do think of it as a bunch of old people that go there to die. You know, God's waiting room, as Judy would say, that we participate. Some of it is true. We are waiting. We're in our last stages of life. But we can experience everything else that we did in the other communities.
Scheduled for today is a round of golf. For Dale, it's another fixed date in the weekly calendar. The huge leisure provision beneath the palms is not just a source of relaxation.
We're getting to the point where we're too busy because it's one night after the other and you don't have any time to yourselves. And you actually run away from this place because there's so many people that wanting to do things with you, just to rest. And we run up to Las Vegas or Laughlin or out to Parker like we did this last weekend. So we're not pressured by everybody.
Beautiful view of the golf course and large backyard. Yep, got a new roof.
It's a nice door.
A beautiful door, nice security door.
Heavy too.
Arvid and Kay, with their clients, are still searching for a suitable home.
Okay.
Wow, it's a nice big yard.
Isn't it huge?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Very private. Very, very
And
private.
has a great view of the golf course to the left.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the golf course from here, but it's got a privacy wall so that you can be excluded if you want. Most of the plants here are desert plants, which require no watering other than the 7 inches we get a year. The rest of them have water sprinkler system to them, so they're automatic and they will come on and go off without you being here, so it'll automatically be taken care of.
And what they did, they put their laundry in here. Okay?
Nice.
That's their laundry. And then all of this is storage. You got an extra refrigerator, freezer.
Oh, that's really nice.
Isn't that nice? And then all the shelves. The kitchen, I'd like to explain that
Some houses have been in the same family for generations. There's an owners association which looks after all matters of common interest.
wood floors, nice large closet. The bathroom area. When people come and buy a home in Sun City, we have to pay an additional fee. And that money is kept in a special fund. And the board, our board, they use that money to renovate all our rec centers and keep up with what today's people want, as far as equipment, the swimming pools. And that helps our home values too. So we don't owe any money, which is really a great success story. This is a nice home, isn't it?
The couple from Minnesota have not made up their minds yet, but they want to come back. And next time, it will be with the moving van. Of the 40,000 or so inhabitants, not all are retired. About half are still working. Others use their houses as second homes, mostly to take advantage of Arizona's mild winters. In the late afternoon, many withdraw to their houses, Even George Nash treats himself to a break. He passes the time between his appointments doing crossword puzzles. He reads a lot, too. He is in regular telephone contact with his 5 children. Since the death of his wife, George tries to be at home as little as possible.
I got pictures of me when I was younger. I'm just talking like the last maybe 10 years or so. I looked a lot older there than I was. And now I feel younger than I did. And I think because I was taking care of my wife so much, making sure she was okay, and even though I still worked out and everything, mentally I wasn't doing something for me, mentally. It was just all about her. Now I'm thinking about me and other people too, but mainly you got to do something to take up your time, and it's got to be something that you enjoy.
Once a week, the Singles Dance Club meets. Having been married for 38 years, George finds it hard to adjust to his new situation.
At first, it was, like I'm a stranger, because I didn't know too many people at these dances. And then I realized it's just like softball. You meet the people, and you start playing with them, you get to know them, so, get out there and dance and get to know them. So that's been basically my rule of thumb is you go out and meet them, don't wait for them to meet you.
Sunshine, chase those clouds away. I know you're gonna brighten up the day with love. When you shine up above.
Sarah Roadruck is about to close for the day.
Beams guide me on my way. Let your subtle glow be all I need to know.
Isabel Toman is 93. 14 years ago, she came here with her husband. Her daughter lives nearby. That was a crucial consideration.
I love the desert country. And we lived up in Washington, too, for a while, Washington State. And when down here, my husband passed away a few years back. And so I have been living here still. And Sarah has been my hairdresser for a long time. I think Sarah has lived here most of her life.
By the way, Sarah is a native here.
Oh, you're a native?
Yes.
Yes. And I believe her family has some Indian blood. Is that correct,
Yes,
Sarah?
that's correct.
There's some Indian blood here, and in the family. And so she is a very fine person. I like her very much.
In Sun City, alongside mobile care services, there are various forms of sheltered accommodation.
Yes, dear.
I'm going to set your clock for 30 minutes.
Isabel's daughter visits her regularly.
Go take the black off my...
I'm old enough to live here now, but my husband and I, we like being in a neighborhood where there are kids leaving their bikes around and riding down the street, and maybe we're going to have them in for a cookie, and we know what's going on with the neighbors of all ages, just life in general. It's not as select a group where we live, and we like that. So I would say that's the biggest reason that I would probably choose not to live in Sun City. I would rather deal with all the commotion of, there's not a lot of commotion here. There's a lot of activity, but when you drive down the streets, it's like being in another world because everything is neat and tidy, and I don't really like that.
I'm not really as helpless as I look.
Those who cannot manage on their own in Sun City can hope for broad support. Here, It is considered good form to help those who are less healthy, more frail, or more confused than yourself.
Tall for you, Isabel.
What?
Is the chair too
Apart from the neighbors, there is a whole sector of industry these days providing professional care for those who need it.
Hold them, though. Sarah is not tall.
It's very important, isn't
What?
it, Isabel,
What
that
is
you
it?
look good? You want to look good all the time, don't you?
I don't know what to say about that. I guess American women like to look good, but that's not the most important thing in life. There's other things that are important, like meeting my husband after the war and marrying him and having children of my own. That was important. I regret that my husband is gone. I loved him, and he was American of German and Irish descent. He was a tall, handsome man. My husband was. So, that's all I can say.
Isabel has the good fortune that her family live nearby. Otherwise, the old people keep to themselves. Relatives and children are only allowed as visitors up to 30 days a year.
Sometimes it's hard to figure out if it's nice.
Sarah Roadruck cannot imagine retirement life.
I'm afraid I'll still be standing behind that chair when I'm 90 if my health holds up. It's just a part of me, hair is. And I know all my clients seem to think it's the greatest place on earth. And me, I guess I've just never gotten past I love the people out here. I'm not really ready to move here.
For some, the pensioner enclave is the American dream of becoming old. Or is it really nothing but a back burner underneath palm trees? Even in the evenings, George Nash is rarely at home. Women outnumber men in Sun City by 20%. For the men, this is a clear advantage in the dance hall.
How are you?
Good. Haven't seen you for a while, you been okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to go to San Diego on business.
Oh, okay.
So, dance later?
Yes.
Hi. How are you?
It'd be nice if the girls showed up tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for somewhere. I don't see them yet.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, let's welcome Rich Howard's band, who will provide the music for us tonight. So as soon as this is over, I guess the band's ready to go, so let's start dancing.
George isn't here to find his great love. He just wants to enjoy himself and have fun.
I know you're gonna brighten up the day with love. When you shine up above.
Even the singles dance club has rules. This ensures that every single lady is asked for a dance.
You're going to meet a bunch of single women, and they have 3 or 4 where the women line up on each side of the hall. And the men will go on, they'll take the first one on this line and dance over to the other line on the other side, drop off that partner, go to the front of the line, take the partner, dance back over there. They keep doing that, so like all of the single women get a chance to dance. But I'll dance with anybody because I feel that they are there for a reason. They don't have a partner because it's a singles dance. You get everybody involved. That's my objective.
All right, thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the dance with the Rich Howard Orchestra.
It's 3 steps. The first one you take is long and then a short. Okay? Okay, now you lead.
For Gentleman George, the evening ends with a waltzing lesson.
Long, short, short, long. So can you hear it in the music?
As soon as I get the beat.
Yeah, that's a waltz.
George has been up for 17 hours. He wants to dance until the very end.
My personal wishes are to live as long as I can in this atmosphere. And as my health is, as long as my health holds up, this is what I want to do. If I get to a point where I can't have the fun that they're having, I just want to go and pass away. I don't want to live.